Hello guys, welcome to the Science is Confusing YouTube channel. This video has been created by Aditya Joseph and Srirupa Mitra, and here we are going to talk about COVID-19 vaccines in India and its importance. I am Srirupa Mitra, and in this video we are going to learn about what is a vaccine, types of COVID-19 vaccines used in India, and mechanism of action of the vaccines. So, let us begin with what is a vaccine? A vaccine is a substance that stimulates the production of antibodies against a specific disease-causing antigen, thereby inducing an artificial active immunity. There are three vaccines currently used in India: CoviShield, COVAXIN, and the recently launched Sputnik V. The CoviShield vaccine is the Oxford-AstraZeneca formulation of COVID-19 vaccine, which is manufactured by Serum Institute of India in Pune. The AstraZeneca Oxford vaccine has shown to have an efficacy rate of over 70.4%, with some source claiming to have up to 90% efficacy. Now, how does CoviShield vaccine work? This CoviShield vaccine is a vector-mediated vaccine where adenovirus is used as the vector. As we know, one of the key biological characteristics of SARS-CoV-2 is the presence of spike proteins which allow these viruses to penetrate human cells and cause infection. These spike proteins can be the target for several vaccines and treatments. The CoviShield vaccine uses a double-stranded DNA that contains the virus's genetic instructions for building the spike protein. The researchers added the gene which encodes for the coronavirus spike protein to a vector. The vector is a virus that carries a particular gene of the coronavirus to human cells. When they reach the human cell, the particular gene sets off a chain of reactions that ultimately produces an antigen specific to SARS-CoV-2 and which invites the attention of the immune system. Adenoviruses are common viruses that typically cause colds or flu-like symptoms. A modified version of a chimpanzee adenovirus is used which can enter cells, but it cannot replicate inside them. After the vaccine is injected into the host, the adenovirus attaches to the surface of a cell. The cell engulfs the virus and the DNA present inside the virus moves into the nucleus, and the gene for the coronavirus spike protein is transcribed into mRNA, which is translated in the cytoplasm and lead to the assembly of spike proteins on the surface of the host cell. The protruding spikes and spike protein fragments are engulfed by the antigen-presenting cells or the APCs, partially degraded and presented to the helper T cells as processed peptides via the class II MHC molecules. B cells, which are activated by helper T cells, will start to proliferate to form antibody-producing plasma cells. They release antibodies that can target such infectious proteins. Later exposure to the same foreign organism may induce a memory response due to the memory B cells and memory T cells, which provides a more rapid and heightened response. This is very effective in eliminating the virus. The CoviShield vaccine has some common side effects like pain or tenderness at the injection site, headache, weakness, muscle or joint aches, fever and chills, nausea and vomiting. The Indian company Bharat Biotech partnered with the National Institute of Virology and the Indian Council of Medical Research to develop an inactivated coronavirus vaccine called the COVAXIN. It has an efficacy rate of over 78 to 81% and is being tested in 2 doses given 4 weeks apart. How does COVAXIN work? The COVAXIN is a chemically inactivated or killed coronavirus vaccine, and hence there is no chance of getting COVID-19. Large stocks of a sample of the coronavirus, which was isolated by the India's National Institute of Virology, were chemically inactivated or killed by beta-propiolactone. Such chemically inactivated coronavirus could no longer replicate, but their protein spikes remained intact. This was mixed with adjuvants such as potassium aluminium sulfate and injected into the host. Adjuvants enhance the immunogenicity of that immunogen and stimulate the immune system to boost its response to a vaccine. After they are injected into the body, they are swallowed by the antigen-presenting cells, which presents the processed antigens to the T helper cells. The T helper cells become activated and help recruit other immune cells to respond to the vaccine. If a particular B cell that respond to inactivated virus encounters this, they can become activated with the help of T helper cells to produce antibodies against the antigen. B cells produce antibodies that target the spike protein and prevent the virus from entering cells. It is possible that the level of antibodies will drop over time, but memory B cells might retain information for years. Covaxin also has some side effects such as redness or swelling or itching or pain at the injection site, fever, sweating or chills, malaise and body ache, nausea and vomiting, headache, and sometimes even rashes. Moving on to Sputnik V vaccine. Recently approved by the Drugs Controller General of India, this Russian vaccine was developed by Moscow's Gamaleya Institute and will be manufactured in India under the supervision of Dr. Reddy's laboratories. It has an efficacy rate of 91.6%. It has 2 doses given 21 days apart. How Sputnik V vaccine works. The Sputnik is a viral vector vaccine which uses genetically engineered adenovirus as its vector. The coronavirus spike protein gene was added to 2 types of adenovirus, one called AD26 and one called AD5. This can induce immune responses in the body of the host, which can eliminate the infectious agent. A second-time encounter by the same antigen can induce a faster and heightened response against the antigen, which is induced by the memory B cells and memory T helper cells. AD26 is used for the first dose and AD5 is used for the second dose. By using 2 different vectors, there is less chance that our immune response systems could respond to an adenovirus vaccine by making antibodies against it, which would have otherwise rendered the second dose ineffective. Some common side effects of Sputnik V vaccine are headache, fatigue, pain at the injection site, and flu-like illness. Studies have found no strong allergies are caused by Sputnik V. As we have come to the conclusion of the video, I would like to say that over 1700 million people in India have been fully vaccinated. All vaccines are passed only after clinical trials and are completely safe to be administered. So get vaccinated, stay home, stay safe. Thank you everyone for watching our video.